Like baby food, basically.
Delicious.
Oh, I have to say, that has a very delicate, lovely taste. I'm pleased with that.
Some people are easily pleased. As Val prepares his filling inside, Ed's on take 2 outside.
Hopefully this time it will go to plan.
Ed's answer to stop his sponge drying out is, yes, you've guessed it, an egg.
In with this new added ingredient, make a little well in the centre. I'm feeling far more apprehensive and generally rather tired.
Buck up, Ed. Val's folding 4 beaten egg whites into his greens.
That's my mix, and I've got to get it in now. I'm worried, I really am. It's thick at the sides, it's thin in the middle, I'm bashing the air out of it all the time. I'm not happy. I'd really like to do well in this competition.
Val whacks it into a 190-degree oven for 10 minutes with special chef's heat-proof cling film.
There we go. Let's leave it alone.
Then it's on to his shrimpy stuffing. The trick is to whisk 2 egg yolks, Dijon mustard and a squidge of lemon juice.
So when mayonnaise goes wrong, people tend to throw it in the bin and start again. You don't need to. Get another egg, a bit more mustard, and incorporate your disaster back into it, and it should come together.
Then it's just a splash of white wine vinegar, olive oil and 100 grams of shrimp.
I'm going to take my roulade out. I've slightly under-seasoned it. Is that asking for trouble?
Probably.
I'm proud. I think considering this is the first roulade I have ever made in my life, I'm done.
The sun's setting and Ed's losing light fast. He's shown backbone. He's cooked in a field in the rain, but if he failed again, it could all be for zilch.
Let's have a quick look. Still nice and moist inside, which I want. So that's fine, I'm happy with that. If in doubt, put an egg in it, and that's what I've done.
I told you so. So then he just needs to add soft cheese, smoked salmon, spinach and cress, and voila! So Ed's smoked salmon and courgette roulade with veggie chutney will snuggle up in the fridge with Valentine's field greens roulade filled with brown shrimp until judging tomorrow.
One lovely roulade, 1 pot of chutney, I'm finished.
After a stressful day, it's time for the boys to take it easy.
Off to the pub for a swift, cheeky half.
It's Ockley's show day. This one-day extravaganza has been at the heart of this farming community for over 200 years. It's the first major show of the season, with people flocking to see the exhibits and take part in over 650 competitions, from Diamond Jubilee cakes to the newly introduced men-only categories.
It's the men only, just to encourage men to bake. And it really has taken off in this last few years we've been doing it. Men have risen to the challenge.
Inside the produce and handicrafts tent, the local community has submitted almost 1,500 entries. Ed and Val's savoury roulade judge is Mr. Pickles, who's been so blooming successful, he's had to stop taking part.
I've won so many prizes at Doctor Show that made me a judge now. I like to think I'm a fair judge.
Judging is completely anonymous, so Mr. Pickles is critiquing solely on uniformity, taste, presentation and colour. Oh, and he doesn't like odd ones.
The roulade is a very interesting category. It should be nicely round, no cracks, and the ends sliced off. Nice consistency. Sometimes they can be a bit rubbery.
And certainly no room for chutney. Ed and Val are not only facing an experienced judge, but they're up against the best of competitors. Retired magistrate Pamela from Otley is entering a mammoth 23 different categories, including the roulade.
I enter quite a few things, but the standard in Otley is always very high.
Otley knitwear designer Tina has entered the show for 10 years, and her roulade came first last year, so she could be the one to beat.
It could be the most beautiful roulade in the world, but if it doesn't taste good, you're not going to get it.
It's the perfect arena for a spectacular culinary showdown, and here come the gladiators.
I'm nursing my roulade like a newborn. Just got to be careful. I don't drop it all over the floor.
Really worried, I'm terrified.
Ed and Val have just an hour to bench their roulades, or they won't be judged.
Ooh. Ed, it's here. Look, roulade right in front of you.
Val's now pimping up his field greens and shrimp roulade with flowers he picked on the way. Presentation cuts a lot of mustard with Mr. Pickles, but he doesn't like odd ones. So good luck with that, Val.
Am I competitive? Yes. I'm bloody competitive.
And Ed's gone for a salmon and courgette roulade served with veggie chutney, but strict show rules mean it could actually count against him. So his roulade better be top-notch.
Chutney's delicious. The roulade's alright, it looks alright. Just gonna dress it up a little bit. I think sometimes less is more, that's the trick.
Which I'm not sure works when it comes to seasoning.
I have to say, I tasted yours. I tucked in.
What was it like?
There's no seasoning in it whatsoever.
I know.
It's the absolute taste of nothing.
I know, yeah.
None, you totally forgot to put salt in it.
Uh-oh, methinks Ed's trying to unsettle his opposition. But he's right, mistakes like that could cost Val, especially with his high standard of opponents, most of whom have gone for white plates and doilies.
502 looks like it could be quite tasty. 505 is...
I think that's a contender.
So do I.
And also they've gone for classic doily action.
Last year's winner Tina has a last-minute entry.
Oh no, oh dear.
Sorry.
Look, this is gonna...
A late entry.
We've got trouble. It looks absolutely delicious.
Have you entered this competition before?
Yes.
Have you won it before?
Yes.
The roulade section.
Yes.
That is quite a roulade.
It most certainly is, and now there's nothing our boys can do.
Ladies and gentlemen, the tent will be secured for judging. Please exit now.
Val's field greens and shrimp roulade and Ed's salmon and courgette roulade are left in the expert hands of Mr. M.K. Pickles. Our chefs have an anxious 2-hour wait before the verdict's returned. And the competition bugger's got to them. Oh, watch them ferrets. Look, you're wearing Wellingtons. But there's still more than enough time for a spot of Dutch courage.
Cheers.
And here comes Mr. M.K. Pickles, show veteran, judge extraordinaire, as he readies himself for the task ahead. He's ably assisted by steward Anne as he slowly works his way down the bread and savouries.
This one isn't evenly baked, should have been turned round. The bottom isn't quite done. Strict but fair, yes.
Strict but fair. From the old school, you see. Mr. Pickles and I, from the old school.
They may be laughing, but judging is serious business, and next it's savoury roulade. Tina won last year, and this spinach, cheese and hazelnut offering looks divine.
This is slightly novel. We're having these seeds on.
Sounds good. So can Val's unseasoned attempt even compare?
This has got a nice feel with it. But it's nice, you can see different stratas of green. I don't like things oozing out.
Gathered that.
And it looks like a field with all these buttercups and garlic in. It's striking.
Yeah, try.
I'm still sussing out what it's got in it. I think it's some sort of seafood.
Next up, it's one of Pamela's 23 entries. But has she spread herself too thin with her traditional salmon, cream cheese and spinach combo?
This is very, very moist. It's damp. It's got a nice salmon mousse in. As I touched it, I thought, ooh. But no, I'm getting to like that one a lot.
I wouldn't want to follow that, but sadly for Ed, he does, and he's counting on his chutney, setting him above the rest.
This looks like it could be a bit dense. This is definitely salmon. The plate overpowers it for a start. It's cracked, or that's the seam, and that should have been underneath. The texture isn't as nice as it might be. It's a bit stodgy.
And it turns out Mr. Pickles doesn't do chutney, at least not in this category. He's not even tasting it. So it's not looking good for Ed.
In fact, that's going to be first. It's a lovely flavour. I like poached salmon.
Despite entering 23 categories, Pamela's roulade was first class, so she takes home first prize. But Ed and Val are still in the game for second and third.
So now we're going for second, between this and that.
Ed and Val's reputation now rests with one man.
This is going to be second, this is going to be third.
So could Ed's chutney have lost him points? Could Val's lack of seasoning count against him? Judging's complete and everyone's on tenterhooks.
Ooh, I've come third.
I didn't get anywhere.
You pleased with that? You alright with that? Yeah. At least got something.
Looks like it's Valentine's Day after all, as he wins £2 for third place.
Well done. Congratulations. Nice one, mate.
But money can't buy the kudos of winning at the Otley show, and Tina's done it again, snatching second.
Now, I knew I'd get out there.
Ed's trying to put a brave face on it, and Stuart Ann has some tips for him about his chutney.
Well, he actually didn't taste that.
He didn't taste it.
No, so he's wasted.
Wasted the time.
Should have spent more time on the roulade, really.
And they were competing against Otley's finest opponents. First prize winner Pamela has won 15 other prizes today, including first and second prize in chutney, first and third in the jelly category, first in the fatless sponge, first in the Keystone. And this year's victory is even sweeter for second prize winner Tina.
Really chuffed. I thought as we were up against some professionals, I'd have no chance.
You win some, you lose some. And sadly today, Ed, you lost, mate.
I sliced it this morning and I knew I'm in trouble here. I will be back next year. And when I get the winning slip, I'm going to photocopy it and I'll fax you a copy every day for a week.
Our chefs are given points if they pick up a prize. 3 for first, 2 for second, and 1 for third. So Valentine rolls into the lead with 1 point, while Ed's stuck on 0. Don't worry, Ed. Next time on Country Show Cook-Off, our culinary contenders head south to Lambeth Country Fair. They'll be slogging it out to try and triumph in the garden cake competition. See you then.
I'm going to go have a small tantrum behind the van.
Talking and fiddling around and oh God.